This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2020 Forest River Wildwood Extra Light model number 240BHXL. Okay? So I'm just going to walk you through the trailer and around the trailer, show you some of the features and how they work. This is not a floor plan or a sales video, it's just a basic how-to video. So while we're standing here at the door side rear of the trailer, take a look and see these are the low point drains right here. That has to do with winterizing your trailer. That's the lowest point of the plumbing. You have a door that goes into the bathroom right here. I'll show you that from the inside. Okay. Now your stabilizers are regular scissor type stabilizers that use a 3/4 inch crank or socket on a drill, but these have an added feature. This yellow attachment here is called a strong arm. So you see that this smaller yellow tube slides inside this larger one, and then you have this T-handle here. So the idea is when you raise and lower this jack, you always have to loosen this first so it slides freely. Once you get it down into position when it's stabilized where you want it, then you're going to tighten this up tight so it takes the forward and rearward movement out of it. Okay. Just remember, when you're going to bring it back up again, you want to loosen that up again. So you're only going to crank it down tight when you've got it in the position you want it and you want to stabilize. It just gives you, it takes, for this particular trailer, it takes some of the forward and rearward movement out of it. So it just makes it more stable, okay? All right, you have one of those on each corner, of course. Power awning with LED strip, outside speakers. Now this right here is the range hood vent. So the exhaust fan above your stove, your range top, will exhaust through here. So therefore, I don't know if you can see it because it's black in the sun and everything. So I can open this baffle up like that, and it flaps freely. That's what you want to do when you're venting. Otherwise, you keep it shut. But to vent the trailer, if you're running that range hood vent or fan, you always want to open it up so it vents to the outside. This is just power. Now this is the freshwater fill tank right here. Now 9 times out of 10 you're going to be just using city water. You just hook it up to the trailer, turn it on, and you're all set. I'll show you that hookup when we get to it. But this one is in case you're camping at a campsite that doesn't have plumbing, for example. You can pre-fill this fresh water tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. You know, a lot of state parks will have they won't have plumbing on the campsite, but they'll have a fill station when you first pull into the campground. So that's where you would fill this up, for example, and pump it from there using the onboard pump. If you're using city water, you don't have to worry about it at all. This just gives you more options, okay? And below it, this white gate valve right here, that's how you drain it. Now next to the white gate valve is this right here. It's a quick connect fitting for the LP system. So you can connect a grill or griddle or whatever you need to do to this system. Just make sure it's the proper pressure for a travel trailer, and you can hook it right into there and tap into the LP system. Okay. This is if you wanted to purchase a solar battery charger, it looks like a little suitcase, or some of them just fold in half. This particular one's made by Furrion, and this is their proprietary plug right here. So that's what that is. That's if you wanted to carry a solar panel with you to charge the battery in case you need it. It's an option. Okay, so let me look in here and see what we've got. Okay. So let me see here. There's supposed to be an attachment here that you can put on your drill to crank the stabilizers. I'll make sure you get one of those before right after I finish this video. I'll go track one down for you. Now this top piece right here is for the awning, in case you have an issue where you can't open or close it. You have to really just read the video and read the directions. Look at the video, read the directions to understand how that works. So do that, please. This bottom little crank is for the power tongue jack. If it happens to fail, you can actually put that crank in the top of the jack. There's a rubber plug at the top, and you can crank it manually, so you can always get it hitched and unhitched no matter what. All right, this is just a reducer down to 20 amps. This is your dump hose right here. And like I said, I'll get you the other piece for that. I just have to go find one there. We've got plenty. Okay, so this is the power tongue jack. You have up and down, plus power, plus light, I mean. Now this is what you would take off to crank it manually right here. So that's where you put that on. You have 2 LP tanks, deep cycle marine battery, and a kill switch for it. You see it's on. You're going to basically leave it on all the time because you want it to charge and discharge freely, but if you're going to put it into storage for a period of time, instead of disconnecting the battery cables, you could just turn off that key, that red plastic key, and you're disconnected. Okay, so when we look at your slide room, I can tell you that it's called this brand or type of slide room is called a Schwintek. It's owned by Lippert now, so they call it a Lippert in-wall slide, maybe. That sounds about right. But people still refer to it as a Schwintek, just so you know. Okay, so this is your power cord. It just pulls out 25 feet long. These are your dump valves here. You got 2 grays and a black. Of course, the black is toilet water and waste. The grays are sink and shower water. Now, if I look around the corner here, let's see. Yeah, so after you've dumped your black tank, if you leave the valve open, this is a black tank flush right here, so you can hook your hose at the dump station onto here, turn it on, it'll spray out the inside of your tank and clean it off, or out. This is the city water hookup we talked about, the most common way to get water to the trailer. And of course this is cable and satellite through. You also have a housing for a backup camera if you wanted to add one. And also while we're looking up, keep in mind that the manufacturers always state that you want to inspect your roof seals and seals in general every 90 days, so keep after that too, please. That's important. Your water heater is right here. Let me open it up here for you. Now, let's see what we have here. So, this is a gas water heater. The switch to operate it is inside. I'll show you that when we get in there. Just so you know, you drain the water right here. That's a 1 1/16 6-point socket you would need, plus with a 6-inch extension and something to break it free. Okay, that's where you drain it from. Always make sure, because this is winterized right now, I believe, so always make sure there's water in the tank before you turn it on, because when it's winterized, the tank is drained, obviously, so it doesn't freeze and break and expand and crack it. Okay, let me see. I gotta move my hand here. There we go. Sorry about the camera work. All right. So that brings us back around. We'll go inside. We're not plugged in right now, so it might be a little more dark than we would like, but that's the way it's got to be. So here's your control panel right here. You turn your water pump on right there. Your water pump, remember, pumps water out of the freshwater tank. You also use it when you're winterizing the trailer. Your water heater to light it right there on gas. That's where you light it. You got lights here. You got your power awning switch, never leave it out unattended. And you also have your slide room switch right there, and then you can check your levels here. It's just like every other trailer. TV mount, of course. This is a Furrion radio, and basically it has a AM/FM radio. You can use Bluetooth with it, stream from your phones or tablets. You have a USB in there. This HDMI is an in also, if you want to go into the system with, let's say, a Blu-ray player or something like that. So it does a lot. You have 2 speaker zones. One is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. Then, of course, you have your fireplace. Your fireplace, you can set the temperature. You can set the fan speed. And you can also change the colors of the crystals, that sort of thing, to make it look different. So it does a lot of, let's put it this way, it runs on 110 AC, so it's an excellent space heater. You have a limited supply of LP gas, so on those mornings or evenings when it's a little chilly, but you don't want to use up your limited supply of LP, you could always run this off of electricity, and it does a great job. Okay, so microwave works like any other microwave. This is the fan range hood that I told you about. You remember to open the baffle when you vent it. This, I'll talk you through. It's very simple. I'm not going to put it up right now. You have 3 burners and 3 knobs. This is the sparker. You turn the sparker clockwise to spark it. And then this one here is the oven knob. So to light the oven, usually you see that they've never been used. This one looks the same, like it's never been used. But all the way at the back is a pilot light. Let me see if I can spark it to show you. I don't know if I can with this particular one. So the bottom line is you're gonna go to the oven knob, you go to pilot, depress it, then you're gonna light it. You may have to light this one with a long necked lighter. It depends. But either way, you keep this depressed while you're lighting it. And as soon as it lights, you hold it for another 10 seconds. Then you go to operating temperature. It cycles as an oven does. When you shut it off, the flame goes up, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight that pilot light every time you use the oven. Okay, this device here is this is your grill right here, by the way, and this is your hose. I showed you where that connects on the outside to the quick connect, right? Okay, this is your power converter. So it starts with AC power when you're plugged in, and it comes in on this side. You got regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home. Then you've got they're all labeled right there, of course. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. On this side you got 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled. If any of these fuses blow, they'll actually light up. You'll be able to see it through that tinted plastic there. But importantly, this is also the battery tender. So when you're plugged in to shore power, it's going to always keep your battery charged up. So it's also a battery tender. All right. You can drop your table down onto these cleats and turn it into a bed, of course. Closet slash, well, I guess you would call this pantry space. 2 bunks. The thermostat is self-evident. You just hit the mode bar and it'll light up, and then you just scroll through the different options. Sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet, remember, you always have to have chemical and water in it before you start using it. By in it, I mean in the black tank directly below. So you're going to dump a dose of chemical in there. Then you're going to step on the flush pedal until about a gallon of water goes into the fresh water, or until into the black water tank below, and then you're all set. You just can't use it dry because the smell will be terrible, and it can also get clogged up. So make sure you always use chemical and water in it. And bedroom, got TV hookups here, obviously, emergency window, and then there's storage underneath the bed. Alrighty, so let me look around, see if I forgot anything. I think we're in good shape. Let me just look in here real quick. Make sure there's not something I don't know about. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember to inspect your roof on a regular basis, like the manufacturer states 90 days. Always do that because it's important. Most people, generally most people don't do it enough. And also right now we're winterized, so there's antifreeze in the system and the water heater is empty. Okay, thank you.